I can't quite remember who did the last time thing,
I did.
and then the time before that I think was me.
So that
Yeah,
means it's me.
yeah.
So
Okay,
Brian,
my
yes, you go.
my half asleep ass. All right.
And
Okay.
we'll be fine once we start,
Yay.
rolling.
Welcome, ladies, to Shadows of Gradiriel. It's time we fucked around in this town, Yukiegi, for a while. Communicated with my character's mom, did a little side quest to make some money, and learned of another potential quest we might do that we're going to have to haggle for better payment on, because right now it's like the guy who's offering the job is willing to give people like pennies in exchange for a paltry sum to go and take down a spider, which is worth significantly more than a paltry sum.
Well, he sat there and said, only 10 gold. And I'm sitting there going, one, that doesn't break down evenly among us.
Yeah, and two, that's not enough to justify that sort of threat.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe multiply that by itself overall, and you've got a deal. But
I was even thinking 10 or 20 each.
even that seems low.
Well, we don't want to scare him off. We want him to be interested in our services.
We also want to make sure we stay alive.
That
and
too. So it doesn't really matter because we get paid afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, if you were paid in advance, you could then use those to get.
It's got to be worth the risk to our lives. Is the point?
Yeah. True.
And the thing is, Riven knows what kind of spiders we're going up against, so we should have advantage.
Should.
But probably won't.
Okay.
Well, I meant advantage on persuading him on increasing the amount.
Right. Okay. Last session also had Locke get dust in his face when he went to help his mother with her library, which was hilarious. And also he got terrified by a warforged that is a mare.
Fucker was like 7 feet tall, and I'm 16 and scrawny.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're gonna try to put some meat on your bones, so you're less squishy.
She says again as she throws the bag of meat in your face.
Yeah.
Don't forget to cook it.
I thought it was already.
It technically is.
No, this bag of meat.
Oh, the current bag is raw because. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was cooked, but now it's slowly transferred into the bag of meat for Hollis.
Yes.
Yeah. For our direwolf puppy.
Yes.
It was adorable.
Who will one day go on to murder white snow elf thingies.
Last session ended with the group currently in the mid or late afternoon were actually like maybe 5-ish p.m. or so, going in towards the evening. You had went out and found the library that Alessandra,
yeah.
Alessandra. I will get that name down. Alessandra was cleaning up, and did either one of you have any sort of conversation that you wanted to have continuing with Alessandra, or do we just want to skip ahead to you going back to the tavern to sleep there, and then waking up the next morning?
I mean, Locke's probably just going to make small talk, but nothing that would move forward character development or story in any meaningful way. So unless there's something she wants to bring up, then no, I don't got anything.
Small talk with Mother or small talk with Riven? Must mean Mother.
Yes, both.
Oh.
Just general mindless small talk while
I see.
Clean up the shop.
Gotcha.
Cleaning up the library thing?
Yeah, Locke helping his mom get the place she's gonna run ready.
Well, yeah, we're all helping and doing various things.
Yes.
Yeah, so unless some other member of the group, or unless Alessandra herself has something meaningful to discuss, I got nothing. Is what that boils down to.
Right. Yes.
If there's a conversation to be had, I ain't starting it.
Of course. And then so as the library gets cleaned up and all that sort of stuff, Alessandra is able to bring in more of her things that she had from her previous library, and it just turns into a day trip back, or like an evening trip back and forth from the tavern back up to her library, back down, back up, back down, back up. Which most of that legwork is actually done by Oak. He volunteers to do the grunt of that legwork. But other than that, not a whole lot going on unless Riven has anything.
Nope.
Nope. Yep, that's fine. She would have a teleportation circle sigil in her library back at home, just so that she doesn't have to go out and venture in the town itself. She can just teleport from this library to the one in your hometown and back again. So, yeah. But, she gets all of her things and starts cleaning up the area a bit more, and then nightfall comes. You all return to the tavern for the night.
I finally sleep and heal off.
Yeah. And morning comes. It's probably going to be Riven that wakes up first because she usually does.
Yep.
She now has a completely new holy symbol to make use of. However she does such a thing.
It's going to be quite interesting.
How is that different for her? Exactly.
How long would it take her to find a secluded place where there's, like, trees and stuff around?
Shouldn't be too hard. She'd have to go into the outskirts of the city a little bit, but she totally could do that without any issues. This isn't a town that's like gated with like borders or whatever, so she's free to roam as she wants to. And pretty much anywhere you go off into the forests, the soft sort of.
Well, I didn't know if there was like an actual forest that's like butted up against the town or what.
There's like scattering of trees because you're sort of in a much more
kind of a more farming community.
Farming, and then it's sort of closer to farming, lower parts of the city, and then upper towards the top it gets a little bit colder. So there's not really a whole lot of actual trees, but there are some here scattered in other places.
Probably would go find like a distant tree out of town.
Yeah, wouldn't be too hard.
But like she can still see the town and be close to it.
Yep.
So that's her little adventure with us.
I don't know if Locke wakes up any kind of earlier than he did last time, having gotten better sleep the night before and not really having anything to scare him this time.
I mean, he was working so hard with his helping his mother, so I'm assuming he would be exhausted when he got.
Yeah, probably. The little guy's probably all tuckered out. he's probably gonna be asleep for all because I was lifting boxes all day and I went and I killed a giant fucking were something, or
badger.
Dire badger, giant fucking dire badger, and then I helped mom lift boxes for hours. I'm pooped. I'm sleeping.
Fair enough.
Probably wake up.
And Riven held me up down by my fucking ankles without my permission.
Yes.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, Oak is downstairs and is sort of no one sees this, but this is for like the viewers watching or whatever. None of the other two characters see this because Locke is asleep and Riven's not there. But Oak is actually there in the morning because Riven didn't bother to look, but Youngerlin is passed out on the floor in her corner. Um,
Wow.
she went a little too far. Only because
Yep.
the prospector was as annoying as crap, and she wanted to just drone him out.
So she kept. Well, no, because he was buying her drinks.
He was.
And she accepted if only to drown out his voice. She took his money to get rid of his voice.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Saves her from
Anyway.
having to pay for it.
Fair enough.
Very amazing.
But yeah, Oak is there to sort of ease her awake, help with her hangover in ways that only a cleric can do.
A boot to the head.
That too. That's the first thing he tries. He just gets there and just like, eh.
Just sober up! Takes off his boot, slaps her with it. I'm awake.
Which,
It's like, that's
we get that moment of. Actually, yeah, I'm totally gonna do that.
Oh no. What have I done?
Let's see.
I mean, they're siblings. They have to have like some sibling like interactions.
Taking off your boot and slapping your sister with it?
Well,
Your sister of a different species?
yes.
Ah, okay.
Someone failed.
So,
Maybe.
yeah,
Not really failed.
Oak like kicks at her to wake her up, boot to the head, sort of a thing, and she like comes out of her daze long enough to do a kick up and then a spin to sweep under his feet, but he steps to the side and she misses.
She just flops over and be like, yeah, I'm up.
Yeah. But her kick up, she gets up and then she sweeps and then she misses. So, but yeah.
Probably
Anyway,
pulled that too many times on him.
that and she was a little bit
Hungover and
Startled and
Mhm.
hungover, yeah.
But anyway, that's why it was with a disadvantage. However, if she hadn't had disadvantage, she would have totally got him.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. Riven goes off on her own little adventure. Do we want to have any of that happen on screen? Or not really?
Sure.
Okay.
She's actually going to like find a tree and like sit down and is actually like looking at the necklace. And she's going to pray.
Oh.
Ooh. That's not a thing I expected from Riven, but okay.
Well, is the thing
And-
is like she usually doesn't and stuff. So this is like kind of an awkward kind of conversation. Just like I don't know
I have
how to
no
really
idea.
do this.
Just be
But,
nice to me, please. Just do something nice for me, please. I promise I'll be good.
Not really, but she's just sitting there going like, it's not that she's like praying to Myliki. It's more of like she's praying to Cal, the owner of the necklace and
Right.
stuff, and like she's hoping that she she is safe on the other side, and that she's not. Mm, that basically it's like that saying that she's okay and that she's trying her best to sit there and find the Legion and deal with them and stop them and yeah. Just
Okay.
very
Kind of a general status update.
Well, this is the first time she's ever done this, so she has exactly no clue. And some parts she may be like slightly rambling on, and it's just like motions of I don't know what to do.
So,
Yeah.
so you're sort of out with in the trees, and it's like the earlier part of the morning.
Well, if it's
So-
a sparse area towards the north and stuff, she's just probably just found one good tree. It's just
yeah,
like
exactly.
sitting there.
And so are you like sitting against the tree, or are you just near the tree?
She's how I thought is just like is that she's just kind of kneeling towards the tree.
Oh, so you're actually kneeling towards the tree.
Yeah.
Facing it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
If anything, she probably would have found like if there's like a little notch or anything on the tree, she probably would have hung up the necklace. It's just like kind of like speaking to it, just like I don't know how this works, but okay.
right. So
Very
there's just
awkward.
there she's so she is awkward. She's a little she doesn't know how it works, that sort of thing.
And she's gonna sit there and say, and just this time actually say something to my Lakey of, please keep Calazar safe. She
You
has like this very sad
right.
like look on her face of feeling loneliness and depressed and sad.
So you're sort of kneeling down. It's quiet. It's early morning. And as you are kneeling and going through this, and when you get to the end of your little prayer, there is a sudden, small gust of wind that actually moves the hair that had probably went in front of your face as you were sort of kneeling and looking down.
Mhm.
And you get a sense of
Like there's a presence.
very briefly, but yes.
She's just like look like she like snaps up and like looks around.
And it's gone.
Eyes narrow. Mm-mm.
And the god just stole your nose.
What nose? Oh no, my nose! I can't breathe. Oh wait, I have a mouth.
And
I
thus
guess
the
I'm a
first
mouth
ma-
breather
and th-
now.
and thus the first mouth breather was born. A new species. The black-faced mouth breathers.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. It's the chocolate. It's fucking with me.
so Riven returns, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Oh.
after just like sitting there and contemplating, she'll actually get up and like walk back.
Yep.
She'll probably
Everyone's
play a little bit with
Hollis.
Hollis.
Oh yeah. Hollis was
On the
just
way
sort
back.
of Hollis was just sort of bounding with you as you were going off into the earlier parts of the morning.
Mhm.
But yeah. So you return back. When you return, you're once again coming into the tavern as everyone else is already there and awake. Locke you're now awake. You come downstairs.
Yep.
Youngerlin is there, though she seems very much hungover.
Mm.
Locke will refrain from commenting on that.
Yes. And Oak sort of looks at the you two as Riven's come back and Locke came downstairs. Okay, so we wanted to find and speak to the prospector from yesterday. Hopefully he's sobered up enough that we can get some sort of something out of him. Do we want to go straight into that, or we want to go and speak to your mother some first, or what are you thinking, Locke?
Why are you asking me? I'm not in charge.
I
I
guess.
give ideas. I give ideas, and I have my own goals, but for the moment, I don't really have anything specific I can work towards. We've got this group plan laid out, so yes, near as I can tell, the plan is still go talk to the prospector person and try to haggle a better price for killing the spider before we do anything.
Good luck with that. He's very attached to his gold. Ugh, says younger Lynn as she just sort of puts her head down on the bar.
Are you okay?
Yeah, she's hungover.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I know what kind of piece we'll have to deal with in there. And 10 gold is not gonna cut it.
Plus, 10 gold's kind of hard to split 3 ways.
Maybe 10 gold each before we go and 10 gold each when we get back for a total of 60? Seems more reasonable to me.
Mm-hmm.
That might work. Hey, Young, where's his room? I don't know. Ask the blue.
We can
person.
wait until he comes downstairs.
Yeah, I'll probably be more polite.
We don't want to go barging in and start giving demands now, do we?
Indeed.
Good point.
Who's gonna try to convince him?
I have a spell that might be able to help. The problem is he'll know I cast it on him once it wears off.
And that won't be good.
Yeah. If he proves to be particularly stubborn, I could try that. I sort of gesture at my head and sort of do the mental communication thing I can do where I could try to intimidate him with some of this freaky mind talking shit I can do.
That might
Make it
help.
sound like there are whispers in his head and that we're not people to screw with.
That might help. Who in the group has the best charisma, actually? Probably Locke.
I have a +3. I'm 17 charisma. And +5 on my persuasion in total.
Yeah, no. I have no charisma. Well, I have 1 in charisma, but still.
So yours is the same as Oak's. +3.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, does he have any bonuses to persuasion? Did he pick that as one of his proficient skills?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so we pretty much have the same bonus there, +5 total.
Yep. But you could probably get some advantage and fun stuff if you did your crazy mind games.
Indeed.
Okay.
Well, anyway, Locke is going to go ahead and just sit down a little further down the bar to keep an eye on the stairs.
Okay.
Get himself something to drink in the form of a glass of water. Because fuck that alcohol, it burned his throat.
Aw. Doesn't want any alcohol early in the morning. Okay.
Just doesn't want alcohol. I mean, 1, he's 16. 2, he didn't like how it tasted when he tried it the other day, if you recall.
Right, I know.
He downstairs was like, yeah,
Alright.
not a fan.
Eventually he does come downstairs. Not actually. And sort of looks around the room. Sees more people at the bar than was at the bar last night. Riven, are you actually at the bar?
Yeah. I'm guessing she's probably gonna try to get some breakfast.
Yeah. Alright. So he just comes downstairs, sits at the one remaining chair that's left on this end down here.
Okay.
At the moment, he's not making any kind of effort to try to start up conversation, though he does seem a tad hungover and cranky himself, though not near as bad as Jongerlin, oddly enough.
Riven is just staring at him.
Locke is waiting for one of the other members of the group to make the first advance, because he is the shy, socially awkward one. He is not opening negotiations.
Right.
He knows his strong suits. His strong suits are hiding, running away, and trying to lie his way out of problems. Something he has not had to do yet.
So Riven's just like staring him down.
She's just staring at him until he notices.
Can
While
I
eating
help
breakfast,
you?
Just sitting there. Yeah.
Finally somebody wanting to come and do my quest?
Who wants to fight spiders for that little money?
It's all I got, okay? At least all I have left after having to spend days here without a crew.
Is he bullshitting?
Roll insight.
That's a 5.
Seems on the up and up.
I'm curious.
Although Oak speaks up. Uh-huh.
13.
Yeah. So you're staying here because you don't have any crew left. And you're wanting someone to go down into the mines and avenge your crew. But you're not willing to pay anyone more than 10 gold to go and do it. If 10 is all you have left, how are you staying here?
And didn't he buy Youngrelin a lot of her drinks?
He did, yes. And Oak
Hey,
and Locke
Youngrelin,
Locke
How
would
many
have.
drinks did you have?
More than 10 gold worth.
No.
Locke will just kind of level a very flat look at the prospector. Sort of raise an eyebrow.
10 is all you have left, huh?
Is that a knock towards intimidation, Riven?
Sure, let's get him warmed up for our Mr. Charisma. 14.
Not bad.
Eh.
Okay, so
It's
I
the
do
exact
have...
same roll as the first one, as my insight. Wow.
Oh, your insight was... Oh, yeah, because you got a little bit more in intimidation than an insight.
I rolled an 11.
Right. Okay, so yes, I do have more than 10 gold on me, but if I give more than 10 gold to whoever succeeds in this quest and they fail, well, he would word that more eloquently, but basically he's like, he does have more than 10 gold on him, but if he gives 10 gold to whoever succeeds and yet they don't find his crew or his crew is gone and he can't get back home, then he's sort of screwed.
A valid enough point, but at the same time, you have to keep in mind, you're asking people to go into a dark place with a dangerous monster, risking their lives to kill it and find people, and 10 gold is not a whole lot in that context. It's certainly not worth that sort of colossal risk.
Now 10 gold each.
That's
would be
more
a little
reasonable.
bit better.
Roll persuasion, Locke, with advantage, because Riven's helping.
Okay.
Well.
What the fuck? I'm being stared at by a pair of 8s that are like fucking octopus size, just mocking me, just bloop, 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 bloop. Ah!
Oh god. We are like the bumbling misfits. We're blind. We can't get to go away.
Jesus, why do you hate us? What
If-
have we ever done to you?
You know what? I need someone to go find my crew. It's been too many days, and if those spiders... Okay, fine. How about 5 gold each? If you return, I'll... And you can give me some sort of proof that you've defeated the monster and found my crew, then we'll add something else to that.
I'll sort of glance over at the others. Anything you two wish to add to this?
Oh, 5 gold each.
What kind of mine is this again?
Like what kind of ore mine?
What exactly is procured from this mine?
Are you asking the prospector that specifically? Or are you just...
Yes.
Currently, what has the biggest sum from that mine has been iron. That we were trying to give as supplies to the local blacksmith here and the one back home.
That sounds like there's... You make it sound like there's something else in that mine, other than the spiders and iron.
There's a bit more interesting things, yes, but that's nothing for you to worry about.
We might die in there, so I'd personally disagree.
Nothing dangerous. Other than the spiders, of course.
Yeah, see, that's better.
Alright. I'm fine with this.
I suppose that'll work.
So I will give you 5 gold now, each of you. And then upon your return, with proof of these beasts slain, and or proof of my crew, then we'll work something out to where you get more for your time.
Alright.
That sounds reasonable enough to me.
You want to point out where this mine is for us?
Oak offers up like a little mini map he had of the neighboring area, which actually has the same towns that I had already marked on the map that Oak knew where they were. And he sort of marks off a place sort of northwest from Yukiegi. It's a bit of a little over a day's travel to get there. So, yep, he's marked it on your map. And he then reaches into his pouch and hands off five gold each.
I am up to 29.
To
I'm up to 16.
Woo!
Woo.
I have a lot more than that, but that's okay. Anyway,
Alright,
So-
well,
Oak is... Does anyone have anything they want to do prior to leaving?
I don't have any ideas. I think we're pretty much as good to go as we're going to be. I'd say buy potions of healing, but I don't think I have enough money to buy even one of those right now.
you already bought one.
That too.
I'm actually... Oak sort of speaks up and goes, on that, I think I'm actually going to go and get potion of healing just in case.
You know where the herbalist is?
Yeah, I do. When I was walking around yesterday, I sort of went and passed her by, so.
Okay.
And assuming if either of you want to follow, feel free, but Oak goes off
Well,
and he
yeah,
goes...
we're gonna be leaving after you pick up the potion, so...
Yeah. Pretty much
Yep.
group sticking together because we're going to be fucking off here in a bit.
up this way somewhere to find the herbalist.
Herbalist was like 3 doors down.
Fine. Get over there, Riven.
Bring
oh,
the pup.
and
You forgot
Hollis.
the puppy.
Oop.
Can't forget the puppy.
Alright.
He's
Speaking
the
of
team,
puppy,
he's the
what
team
do...
mascot.
Okay, so Oak goes in. He gets a healing potion for him for use later. And yeah, with that, you sort of leave the herbalist shop, and he looks down and looks at Hollis, and he's okay. So, Riven, you said that you knew something about what it was we were going to be going and fighting this time.
Yes, we're going to be fighting spiders that can go invisible.
Great.
Yeah, so basically if we can sit there, if we see one, we need a way of tagging it so we know.
And we're going to assume that it's more than one?
Usually when there's one spider, there might be multiple.
Right.
If it laid eggs, it would be a bad day for us.
Yes, so it's probably best if we are prepared for multiple spiders.
Okay.
It could just be one, but it's better to be prepared for multiple.
Okay. Well, in such a dangerous situation with a potential invisible attacker, what do we want to do with Hollis?
Well, I'm starting to think that he needs to start training. So does anyone know? Because I only know 2 people in town here now.
Well, as far as training goes, I'm drawing a blank, but if we don't want Hollis getting hurt, we could leave him with my mother till we return. Then we can come back and pick him up, and wherever we go next, you can start training him on the way. I mean, I might be wrong, but I imagine you have some skill in that? You just seem like a naturally sort.
I'm going to be trying my best, yes.
Yeah, so that would be what I'd recommend, at least.
I think that makes perfect sense as well.
Thinking now, I think your mother is probably the best bet compared to Young, who drinks a lot.
Yeah.
No, no, you don't want to give an animal to Yokrlin. No, bad idea.
If nothing else, I know my mother will take care of the dog as long as is necessary.
Does she know how to take care of an animal?
The thing she knows. I've wanted to call her the purveyor of useless information sometimes because of just the stuff she knows. There's a reason she was like one of the best wizards in our hometown. She knows things.
Purveyor of useless information.
She just has so much trivia in her head. And useful information, too.
Well, let's go see if she knows any useless information that would help her.
Okay.
Alright, so you venture up to meet with her again. She...
The still nameless shop.
Yeah, for the moment.
Is it a shop or is it going to be a library?
It's going to be a library, but it's also going to serve as a bookstore, library type shop type thing.
Okay.
Temporarily rent a book. If you want to keep it, you can fucking buy it.
So you guys go in, and at this point, she's now gotten the place a little bit more cleaned up, and now she's working on categorizing and organizing her books and stuff to the various different shelves that she has. Locke, you...
they go in, Riven's gonna pick up Hollis.
Mm-hmm. So,
just, scratch behind his ear.
Oh, Hello. How are you?
Doing all right. We're about to head out. Might be gone a couple days. I point at Hollis. Can you watch him for us?
She just like holds them up.
And
So he's like kind of like eye level with her.
right, like holding him up with his face towards Alessandra.
Yeah, where their eyes are like level to each other.
Yeah. Hollis like moves his front paws like up and down. Like, "Nyin, nyin, nyin, nyin." He's not quite happy with being picked up in such a manner, but he's okay.
I made chance to pat him behind the ears to make him like it. Whoosh.
And your mother smiles and sure, that's perfectly fine. I'll keep an eye on him for a while. And she snaps her fingers for a moment and then does like a come hither sort of gesture, come forward. But instead of doing that, she ended up scratching Hollis under the chin, and he's just like mage hand.
Oh god, we're both by chanting this poor dog.
Yeah.
Everyone's just sitting there going like, what is going on with him?
Why is this poor dog always in ecstasy when these people are around him?
But yeah, he's perfectly fine with taking care of Hollis for a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. We should be back in a couple days. So
Alrighty.
see you when we get back, I suppose.
Alright then. Be careful out there.
I'll do my damnedest.
And you guys begin to make your trek out.
Yep.
Alright. So with that in mind, we will pop over to this map. You will begin making your way west-ish.
So pretty much directly a day's worth of travel.
Yeah, just a little over a day. And since, you had some things to do in town for a little bit, you get a little over halfway, and then it's nightfall and ready for camp, and there's sparse trees, as was when Riven ventured out before. A little bit of snow, a little bit of farmland, other various things as you're traversing out this way. But there doesn't seem to be anything that's you can immediately notice as you're tracking out that's like terrifying or scary, especially in like the middle of the day. But yeah, make your way out, set up camp for the night, a little over halfway there. Oak does his whole little produce flame thing to make a campfire so that everyone can get some rest. And then
I'm actually sleeping in a bed now, not on the dirt.
Yeah, you actually have a bed.
Ghost bed.
You actually have a bedroll this time.
Thank fuck, finally.
Even though he probably bought it from a ghost, the ghost bed.
Please don't. Please don't make me think about the fact that I'm sleeping with the dead. Please don't put that thought in my head. I do not need that. I'll just kind of like start swatting up the blanket of my bedroll like as a fucking. No.
Oak smiles.
Just kind of give Riven a dirty scowl. Just thanks.
What? The guy disappeared after you bought it.
You didn't need to remind me or make me consider the fact that this might be a ghost bed. I cast detect magic on the fucking bed.
It seems fine. Your bed has no issues.
Is just like sitting there smiling a little bit.
I look over at Oak. Can you turn undead on inanimate objects?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Damn it.
I mean, turn undead would make something leave. If the thing is incapable of leaving, i.e. an inanimate object, it's not really going to do anything. Though I can get a decent sense of whether something is undead, and Your bed does not seem to be that. And though I'm not sure what was up with that particular merchant individual, I'm not entirely sure if he was. I don't believe he was a ghost.
I pick up a pebble and throw it at Riven in irritation.
Yeah. Roll a ranged attack.
Okay.
Yeah, because I really want to see if this hits.
Okay. Just like a flat dexterity roll, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're not
Ranged
proficient in
dex.
such a thing.
6.
Not at all.
She's just you like throw it, and I like to imagine that it just falls short.
Yeah.
Locke just kind of stares at the rock in with a pout of disappointment, and is like, "I'm going to bed," and gets into his bedroll. He's not taking
We
first
really
watch.
need to put some muscle on you.
Alright. And then Oak
While I
looks
was living,
so.
while I was living on leftovers in a small village inn for like a year. What were you expecting?
Riven, Oak looks to Riven. He's watches in the same order as usual then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And then Oak sort of gets ready for his watch to be first, and I'm assuming Riven would lay down to get some rest herself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let me roll perception for an Oak.
Oh,
Holy crap. Wow.
fuck!
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Fucker's got a +9 on his perception. Is that just like a furball thing that they have really good perception?
No, he got observant feet.
Yeah. He has +4 wisdom +4 wisdom modifier, and then he has observant, which is a feat that gives you a +5 bonus to passive perception and or wisdom, or a passive perception and or investigation.
Neat.
Yep. So he's not even he's technically by class not even proficient in perception.
Neat.
But anyway, so yeah, Oak does his thing, looks around. No one's awake to see what he sees, if anything, but he does see a thing. We'll get to that later.
Uh-oh.
Locke,
Mhm.
you, my friend, are asleep. You are going to have a dream. Dreams are fun.
Oh no.
All right, Vindsvept, hit me.
And I just realized that, like a dummy, I forgot to open it up. There it is. Okay.
Good job.
Because I wrote it down this time. I wanted this one to have a little bit more oomph and depth. So I'm going to read it.
Oh boy.
Yay. And this is one of those dreams, Locke, where you're there and it feels very, very real, as is typical for Vindsvept style dreams. But you can't move, or you can't go in any manner that the dream doesn't already put you in.
Oh.
This is
So I'm a passenger in my own body kind of experience.
Yes.
Mm.
Alrighty. So as long as you know that, you can basically have reactions to this dream, but not actually do anything in it.
Okay. That's worrying, but all right.
Yes. Sevenora, which is the name that I gave to your hometown.
All right.
Spelt like so. Sevenora. Which should hopefully sound elven because I got it from an elven translator thing.
Neat.
Sevenora, your hometown. You're back home. You remember this elven architecture. You remember most of the pain that the other kids of this city caused you. But that's not the case now. Now you're happy. You are returning to the den of the house from a late night of studying in the library upstairs. It had took some time and a lot of practice, but you finally got identified to work. Just in time for Frederick to come home with a new item for you to use it on. You always enjoyed when he came back from his adventures, going inside the den to find him and your mother sitting and waiting for you. You see your father's dark brown hair and eyes, watching you with anticipation as he hands you the item that you will be working with. It's a wand of some sort. Looks perhaps of elven make. There's an engraved symbol along the staff and some form of gem located on the top. You hold the item excitedly and focus on your magic to learn just what the item is. Both your father and mother could use this spell as well, of course, but they were always excited to see you do it. Suddenly the room goes dark. The candles flick out, and in darkness for a moment, you find that you aren't home at all. You're in the middle of the city. The bullies from before looking on you with disdain. And then that vision disappears and you're back in front of your parents. You focus on the staff again, shaking off the weird image from before. Suddenly the staff explodes in eldritch fire, not unlike the blast you're used to using too often. Your hand launches out, moving on its own, and fires a beam right for your father, exploding in his chest and sending him spiraling. But it's not your father. And you're not at home. You're in the street with the same boys from before. You look again and your mother is nowhere in sight. Neither is the staff, and the flames of the eldritch blast are pulsing around your hand. At your feet is the young boy that you accidentally killed before. The same one that made you start to run in the first place. And now you're running again. You're always running. Be stronger. Stop running. The first two words are the voice of Vindsvept, while the second two are spoken by a voice that you don't know. But something tells you that you should know that voice.
Male,
and then you wake up.
Female?
Male.
Alright.
Huzzah!
Okay.
I'm not as great a narrator as you, but there we go.
Alright. Well, in that case, I guess from that, Locke will kind of like, does he wake up when he gets nudged by Oak, or does he just wake up on his own, or Riven, or whatever happens?
I would say that a dream like this would probably wake you up a little bit before Oak would be waking you up.
All right, in that case, Locke will kind of suddenly jerk away, rapidly sit up, like cold sweat, the whole shebang.
Yeah. Oak sort of looks over to see you sitting up. Locke, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm all right. Just a dream. It's just a dream.
Then, Locke, as you're sort of catching your breath back and trying to, get your wits about you again. Your pack that is nearby, that has Vindsvept's book in it, sort of flashes and pulses.
Oh, jeez. I reach over, pull out the book, see what it's doing now.
You have new stuff in your black book thing. A new little paragraph.
Oh. All right. I will read it.
Hopefully it shows up as new in your thing, because I just hit save on it.
Hmm.
Hmm?
All right.
Locke, are you...
I'm sorry, just I'll thump the black book closed. Just not a dream I wanted to have.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it, or you don't want to?
I don't
Okay.
want to talk about it yet.
Okay. I understand.
We'll see. Yeah.
Alright.
Is it time
Well-
for my watch yet?
Yeah. You can go ahead and do yours.
All right.
In here. And you see that in the night, Oak has found and effectively captured and skinned, oddly enough, a, like, Locke doesn't know enough about nature, but to really figure it out unless you want to go ahead and roll nature.
Might as well just to see. Let's see where
Yeah.
There it is. 13.
Oak in the night while you and Riven were sleeping, he had apparently captured and then skinned and then cooked on the fire some degree of small mammal gamey meat of some persuasion that's different from rations and all the other crap that everybody's been eating. And oddly enough, there's enough of it for Riven to have some, and when she wakes up, and for Locke to have some as well.
Oh. What's that?
And then Oak gives you a smile and goes, Riven did say she wanted to put a little meat on your bones, so let's make our foods not as, trail rations and things.
Okay, what is it?
It was a rabbit.
Ah. I see.
But it's actually pretty tasty. I can't say I didn't survive on stuff like that for a while. He sort of chuckles. I had my rebellious teen years too there for a while.
Yeah. I guess everyone had that at some point, huh?
Yep. And he goes off to get some rest. He sort of, since he's a little bit much taller than Locke, he sort of just, as if he's a playful older brother, sort of just ruffles Locke's hair.
Hey, don't do that. Kind of give him this irritated, indignant pout. Just my head. Pat the hair back down.
Good night, Locke.
Sleep well. If something evil comes along, I'll try not to let it kill you.
How about you awaken us if something evil comes along?
I mean, the sounds of my panicked shrieking will probably do that for me.
That's a good point.
I know.
And then Oak will lay down to get some sleep.
And Locke will stand up to take watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perception check.
Perception check, indeed.
12.
It's peaceful, not nice and calm. Nothing of note in and around you. You hear the nighttime animals and things, which are slightly different because you're up closer to the mountains. But other than that, seems to be pretty simple, straightforward.
All right. Well, I guess while I'm keeping watch, at some point I'll sort of conjure up the inky blackness of Eldritch Blast in my hand, since that's kind of like my direct link to Vindsvept in a way.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And just kind of mutter into it. I know I need to be stronger. That's what I'm working on. As soon as we're done with this, I plan on finding my father and getting some answers. If anything will make me stronger, that will. I'll release the inky blackness and go back to watch and say nothing else for the rest of the night, until it's time to wake up
Alrighty.
Riven.
Alrighty. So we move on to waking up Riven for her watch.
Pretty much the same as always. I'll just kind of nudge her with a mage hand, so that she doesn't grab my ankle and scare the shit out of me again.
I think that's new.
You first hit her, you first nudged her with your foot, and then you were
And
using,
you said my name.
and then you were calling to her. You haven't used mage hand to wake her though.
Fair enough. You know what?
So
All right,
this
fair
is
enough.
probably safe for you.
Alright. I guess I'll just default back to the calling then instead of mage hand, if that's what we've been doing.
I mean, you could use mage hand if you wanted to, but mage hand would probably be more beneficial all around.
Because calling out has a bad tendency of not always working.
Yep. And
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
but it's whatever
In that case-
Locke wants to do.
Okay, I guess I'll just use mage hand to just like poke her on the nose until she wakes up. It's like poke, 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 while I'm safely on the other side of the campfire.
Person's gonna wake up.
Alright, as soon as her eyes open up, Locke will dispel the mage hand and just kind of nod at her. Hey, time for your watch.
Okay.
Right, and I'll fuck off to my own bedroll.
Again.
Just like sprawl out and just kind of mutter as I'm drifting off. No ghosts for me.
Alrighty. Riven, perception. Oh, nope, you're good.
Oh,
7.
okay.
7.
7.
Oh.
What
Such
in the
perception.
world was touching my face?
Such perception. Such perception.
Yeah.
I think Riven misses Hollis a little bit.
Yeah, it's like normally I'd be petting a dog right now. Now I'm just petting my knee. It's like, dear
I don't think it's quite that bad, but yeah, something to that effect. Alright. Morning comes. Riven does part of her morning routine, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Do you have a prayer with this one?
No.
Oak wakes up soon after. Oh, and Riven, when you were awakened, you found a decent little meal that amounted to some sort of cooked mammal meat. It is a little gamey, maybe, but it was something that wasn't there
She's used to
before.
Rabbits. It's rabbit. She's used to eating rabbits.
And then Oak wakes up for the morning, sort of nudges Locke awake. Alright. Well, it seems we have a morning to, a day of adventure ahead of us. Let's hope that this mine isn't something too crazy.
Fuck spiders.
Darn. I wanted to do something to wake Locke up.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, sure. We can retroactively say that you wanted to, that Oak went to wake Locke up and then Riven stopped him so that she could.
Oh no. What are you doing?
She grabs like the edges of your bedroll and just starts shaking it wildly.
Like immediately because of the scream, like, what the fuck? Riven! Ah! Don't do that!
Oh, you just have to get me back better.
Oak offers Riven a low five. It's like, here, that was good.
I'm proud of that scream, by the way.
Yes.
Nice.
Put that out there. I'm worried I might have worried the neighbors with that.
Hey, you're fine.
Wide fucking open. If there was
You're
anyone
fine.
walking by, they heard that.
Anyway, alright. So are we moving on to the mines themselves? Anybody have anything they want to discuss along the way?
Locke is just kind of going to be kind of bitter at Riven for a while, partly because that was very mean, and also because he's
now
still
he should be a little bit more alert.
and also he had a fucking nightmare last night that already had him rattled.
Well, Riven doesn't know that. Riven doesn't know that part.
Oak knows that part.
Oak knows that part, yes. But Oak is also used to... Sometimes it's good to be tormented a little bit from... Even if you do have dark dreams.
Jesus Christ. Why am I friends with you people again?
Did we become friends? That's a new achievement.
I would hope that we are some degree of friends. That's why I... You know... Trying to make sure that everyone's happy and have decent morale, and... Even though some of us have a... more direct tactics, looks to Riven, sometimes that's what we need. Looks to Locke.
I mean, I'm at least fairly certain that if we weren't friends, you people wouldn't have helped me help my mom move in.
That's also a good point.
Yeah.
And I don't think if she didn't have some degree of trust in you, she would trust your mother to leave the little dog that she's grown attached to with.
Now then, let's go kill a spider. I need to vent.
Indeed.
Okay.
On that, we don't exactly know how big this mine shaft is. So, are we going to have a planned like line of people? How we want to venture into the mine itself? When we get there?
Oh, I guess I'm going in first then.
Riven does seem to be the one who's the best at up-close combat. I'll take up the rear, and Oak, it would probably be better if you take up the middle. That way, if something attacks us from in front or behind, you don't have to do much maneuvering to quickly get in a good heal if someone takes a massive hit.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And so you venture forward and make it to this mine shaft area. On the outside, you see there's various tools, predominantly of dwarven make, that are clearly, this is a often explored mine. This is a mine that resources were being gathered from. You do see that there is a small storage of, like, I don't exactly know how it is in its sort of raw ore form, but I would imagine it's just like minerals and rocks and things that are in a storage for some of the ore that's been collected from the mine off to the side. It looks very much like um, the stuff that's around here was organized and then left in a hurry. And then you can venture on into the mine unless you want to look outside a little bit first.
I want to go see what's in the storage.
Okay.
See if it really is just iron.
Make an investigation check, Riven. Sort of search through the stores of ore.
Locke will help her to give her advantage.
Roll again.
Oh, okay. 13.
The 13.
What is with Riven and sevens? There's like 2 7s here.
I don't know.
We don't know. So you sort of look through. Seems to be mostly iron ore. And you know, you're sort of digging your way through it, and yeah, more often than not, it's iron ore. And Oak sort of looks at you and goes, "You really think you've got gems hiding in the stores of ore there?"
Well, he told us there. Oh, good point.
I mean,
Because he said there's most likely probably something else down in here, and I want to take a look.
yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't necessarily want to steal anything from him if he does have stuff hiding, but that might be a decent bargaining chip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
And Oak sort of looks through for himself for a bit and doesn't seem to find anything either.
into the depths.
Into the mines, I guess.
Under the cave.
Uh-huh. Okay, so let me organize.
So, Locke is gonna try and be like stealthy about this. Like he's gonna try and like just be. I'm just gonna roll general stealth checks. Out of shit goes south, he can quickly just put himself out of immediate line of sight, and that's a 22 on stealth.
Okay, so everyone turns back to look to see Locke following them, and Locke's not there. It's like, where did he?
I didn't turn invisible. I haven't cast that spell. I
Yeah.
might do that later if shit gets hairy, but right now I'm just like trying to move quietly and keep out of general line of sight.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess we're all stealthing now.
You can if you want to.
Sure. Nope.
10.
Stealth. Bop. 9.
9. Locke is like the like I kind of designed Locke to kind of secondarily fill the roles of rogue, so
Yeah. Oak is not rogue.
yeah, we can tell.
Alright. So you venture into the mines. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So Riven is in front and Oak is just behind, and then Locke.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Yep. And it is very much like a dwarven make. You know, there's sconces to the sides where there would be light sources, although all those are currently out. The vision of amount to see is mostly due to Riven's dark vision since she's in front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're slowly guiding Oak through this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is another good reason why he's in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't have any reason to suspect traps, would I?
Not that you know of, but I mean, you could look for traps if you wanted to. You're not the roguey type, but there's no reason why anyone couldn't roll investigation to look for traps.
I mean, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, roll investigation. There we go.
Okay. Natural 20.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to be trapped. Um, although with your nat 20 to it, you do realize that this mine looks like it was redone. It looks like it's an older mine that someone's come into and started to sort of rehash a little bit and rebuild. Like the path looks old-ish, but the sconces and stuff on the walls look newer. So you sort of start
So,
to
like,
realize that the mine itself is old, but this group working with it has probably redone it a little bit.
So, like, we haven't even reached where, like, the ore veins are yet. This is, like, an entrance tunnel that actually looks like the straight-up walls made of stone and shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because, I mean, mines have a tendency to just look like caves with support beams to prevent cave-ins when people are working.
This one actually has some degree of work to have walls and sconces and things.
All right. Interesting.
Mm.
Very, very dwarven make. Not that, well, yeah, it's very dwarven make. Most people understand that concept as long as, they've read books about blacksmiths and other various things. All right, going to continue making your way down.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well, Riven gets to this corner and, like, peeks around.
Yep. There is, at the bottom of these bit of stairs that you have, there's just those little landing platform that looks as if it was a place where people... It looks kind of like a very small mess hall. There's tables and like little places where people would sit and take a break and eat.
Kind of like a little restroom.
Yeah, like a little resting area sort of a thing. Don't see anybody around at all.
So I guess we go here.
All right.
Is this door that we see at the end of the restroom open or closed?
That door is actually yeah, it's open ever so slightly and goes into a bit of darkness and another staircase beyond. But it is open, just not all the way.
Okay.
Mage hand to poke it open the rest of the way.
You find a group of stairs in another hall.
Let's keep going then, I guess.
Make for me a perception check, everyone.
17.
22.
Nice.
Boop. 21. Go.
Oh, okay. Nice.
All right. So Locke's was a 17.
Yep.
All right. You sort of venturing out through this little doorway down this path. You hear. It's very soft, but it's sort of like echoing through the tunnel. It's the sound of like crunching. It's like
It's like something eating?
yes.
Oh.
Riven's gonna look up.
Locke turns pale.
Riven's going to look up. With your already perception of 22, you look up and you see that, especially when you get, assuming everyone is moving down this way as you are hearing the crunching, sort of down here.
Imagine.
There we go.
She would have stopped at the corner and like looked down the hallway. She's like, "Can I be careful and stuff?"
Okay. Yeah. So you sort of hear it as you're making your way to this corner then. And you look up and you see that there is a network of spider webs that's going along the top of the mine. It's almost starting to encompass the area of the tunnel itself, but you don't actually see any spider or anything up there.
Okay. But she still hears the crunching.
It seems like it's further away down the tunnel rather than like directly above you, but with the way that it echoes in the tunnel itself, it's kind of hard to read an exact location, even with the 22. You just know that it's
Are
further
there still,
in.
like, braziers or torches or anything near us?
Oh yeah, there's been sconces throughout that serve as having torches. They're just not lit in any way.
They're not lit? Okay.
Not currently.
In that case, are like the torches on the walls? Can they be removed?
Yeah, they're sconces that can be pulled free and
All
be
right, in
held.
that case, Locke. Okay, Locke is like gonna. As soon as he hears, he's like gonna head over, grab one of the torches from the wall, use firebolt to light it, because it's a cantrip, and then he's going to bring it over and give it to Oak. Here, so you can see.
Well, I could have used produce flame, but okay, thank you.
I'm just trying to be helpful in this tricky situation.
Yes, I know. Okay. Riven, does it sound like it sounds like it's further in to me? Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And we have to get closer.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Alright.
But when I say, can any of you light the webs on fire?
I could, probably better not to do that just yet until we know for sure what we're dealing with.
Not yet. Yeah, just not yet. Just when I say so.
I can turn myself invisible. I can do that and scout ahead if you want.
That might not necessarily be a good idea because even if you're invisible, you're still actually here. So any movements you would be on the web, if there's anything actually in there that would be able to sense it, it'd know you're there even if you're invisible.
I suppose, but at the
So
very least, he
try
would
not to
illuminate.
touch the web?
Precisely. Just so I can get a line of sight on what's going on without alerting the thing that I'm here just yet. Webs are mostly on the ceiling, near as I can tell, so.
Mm-hmm.
At least currently.
Yeah. And I mean, I can see in the dark, so.
True. Alright.
Okay. Be brave, be brave. I will expend a spell slot and cast invisibility on myself. Sort of rubbing the gum Arabic that has my eyelash in it between my fingers as I do so. I disappear, and using that conjunction with my 22 stealth from before, I will sneak ahead to get a better look at the situation.
Yep. You have a lovely web-covered cave and mine shaft thing.
Oh boy.
A bit blurry and crappy, I know, but it's there.
Can I safely move further in without touching any of the webs, or is it too thick for that?
It's fairly thick. It would be a trick, but you could do it. It'd be like probably like a, I wouldn't say like an acrobatics kind of a thing, but I guess you would have to re-roll your stealth, because you're having to be more careful.
Would it come with advantage because I'm invisible? I can
Yes,
take my
of course.
time with it.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll do that then, with advantage. 21.
Okay. So yeah,
What I
you
had before. Alright.
you sort of ease your way into the web, doing your best to not move it and alert anything, and you find yourself a couple of things. One, there's a pathway that goes off to that direction, and a pathway that goes down back behind you. And in particular, this side, you see a clump of web, almost like a cocoon, that's just sort of stuck along the wall of the room and just sitting there.
Is it moving at all?
Make a perception check.
That's an
You have
excellent.
no idea.
Alright, I'll kind of move down to the tunnel that's sort of looped back around and look down at. Is there anything interesting?
going that way, the tunnel gets a little bit narrower, but you don't see anything immediately or before of any sort right in front of you there.
All right, I'll kind of come back over here. What's over here on this side of things, on the left side of this chamber?
More chamber.
Oof. Okay, yeah. All right, that's worrying.
The white circles are more of the cocoon-like structures.
Yeesh. All right. I'll kind of move a bit further and try and get an angle on the where I saw the first cocoon, see if I can see a bit further. I'm not going to go down any of these tunnels, but I'm just trying to get a better look at them.
Right.
Kind of get an idea of what our options are.
Much more tunnel and other various things. This one's wider, going up this way.
All right. Gonna get a little closer to this cocoon here and see if it's moving at all, like whatever's inside is alive or not.
Are you just looking it over, or are you trying to see if it's, like, would this be a perception situation or an investigation sort of a thing?
Well, I mean, perception is noticing something, and I'm imagining it would be an investigation because I'm just staring at it. I'm just trying to determine, is it alive? Is it breathing? Is whatever in there alive?
That almost sounds like medicine. That almost sounds like medicine more than it did investigation. But,
well, really, I'm just trying to see breathing or moving.
Right. So, with a 17, it's very, very small. But there is just a tint of movement. It seems incredibly weak, but there is something there.
I'll look at the webs and like, do the web, are there like strings of the web going deeper and deeper into the caves? Like, what if I were to at all disturb this? Would it like cause like tremors throughout the entire network, or is it more like conventional spider webs, where it's just like a bunch of patches all over the place?
The webs in and around this person are like a patch that's doesn't necessarily seem to be connected to the full network, although most of the lattice work of webs on the ground seem to be sort of networked in together. So if there was this person or something in this and you released it and it like fell, it would probably disturb it. You would have to be ready to catch them. But you could, in theory, disturb it to sort of bust it open if you wanted to try that.
I'm just assessing my options at the moment. I'm not just scouting, as I've said. So, all right.
Meanwhile, back in the
okay.
Meanwhile, back in the center of the cave, Oak is like, "Well, we wanted him to be brave before. I guess he is now."
Oh yeah, we're gonna move in.
And I could go invisible too, for that matter, but I'm not near as stealthy, so.
Yeah. Just be careful with the cobwebs.
Alright.
I'm gonna move just a little bit deeper in just to get a look at these, and then I'll probably start making my way back to the others.
Yep.
Riven
So you're
is still looking for that crunching sound.
Oh yes.
We kind of forgot about that.
Well, Locke rolled a 17, I believe.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more difficult for him to discern which direction it was coming from, because it was echoing throughout the tunnel. But Riven, if you make your way in and start seeing this like lattice work of webs and things, do you make your way in?
Yeah.
Okay. Reroll your stealth to try to carefully make your way into the webs without disturbing them.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
That's why
Okay.
she's prepared for this.
Alright.
Like axes out and everything.
Yeah. So, Locke, as you're sort of you're looking up this way, Riven steps in, tries to get in, and then your foot gets caught on one of the bits of web, and you're just. It's easy enough to get your leg free, but you most definitely disturbed the network, as it were. Meanwhile, Oak is going to stay back in this part of the mine and away from the webs that are on the ground.
Locke will do his mental his mental communications. Like, just stay there for a moment. Just hold still. Still sorting this out. I'll also I'm debating whether or not to do the mental communication thing to the cocoons to be like, I need you to be quiet, but you might be getting rescued in a minute. Hold on to a bit of hope, kind of thing.
Right.
But I'm worried. But I'm worried that if I tell them anything before we've killed the spider, they'll start like getting happy and excited and making noises, and that might draw unwanted attention. So I'm gonna hold my tongue for now. Do I see the spider or whatever the crunching noise is up here and all this crap in the upper part of the chamber?
You do actually see what you see up there is very, very weird. You see a spider, or what's left of one, being ripped apart by something that you cannot see. The crunching sound was not actually something that was eating, it was something ripping bones apart.
Arcana check?
You can do Arcana, yes?
Okay. That's a 20, not natural.
Yeah, it's fairly obvious. There's a bit of magic effect in here, and whatever's up there that's ripping apart that spider has used some sort of arcane magic means to be invisible. Much like you.
Oh!
Wait, there's something ripping apart a spider?
Like
Yes.
A giant spider? The giant phase spider?
Not a face spider, no. Well, Locke wouldn't know what a face spider looks like.
But just
To
a
Locke-
giant spider.
To Locke, he sees a giant spider being ripped apart.
I will mentally communicate this back to Riven and Oak, like, we've got a twist in the plan. There is something invisible ripping apart a giant spider up here. What do I do?
Wait, where is this spider again?
Up north this way. Anyway,
what
so
am
it's
I
fine.
dealing with?
Locke.
Yes.
Also, there's the mound and cocoon that's in that back corner.
In this one?
That one.
The one furthest from me. Alright, what about it?
It's actually moving quite a bit more than any of the other cocoons you've been seeing.
Is it making noises?
Not that you can hear from where you are. No.
Let's see here. Jeez. That's not to center. I'm gonna move about 5 feet closer to it, and
Wrong. Wait, is it this one?
it was the
I
one
thought it
from-
was this one up here.
Yeah, it's the one up
the
top.
one from- Oh,
Yeah, the one up by the spider?
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was the one furthest from me down below. Okay. All right. Let's see. Am I in range for that? I need to be within 30 feet.
Also,
Okay.
you see that, and with that, the point in which, I sort of imagine that the moment Riven walks in and the moment that Locke realizes that there's a spider being ripped.
A spider.
There's a spider being ripped apart. In light of all that, the spider, the parts stop, and so does the crunching.
I'm going to mentally communicate with whoever's in the rapidly moving cocoon and say, "Hi, possible rescuer here. What the fuck is going on? Can you explain that to me?" You can just think your response. I'll understand.
You don't get any kind of response.
Oh shit! All right. Does that just mean like it's just an animal that doesn't speak languages?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so that's not a person. All right. In that case, I'll nudge back a little bit. And invisibility is concentration, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yes, it is. So if I were to cast detect magic, I would have to drop invisibility, wouldn't I?
Probably.
All right. I'll mentally communicate back to Riven. Something killed the spider, and I think it knows we're here. It stopped ripping it apart. Be on your guard. It's invisible.
I may have sent that off.
I'd call you an idiot, but we have more important shit to worry about.
Yeah.
Locke is going to sort of.
Where is the spider?
It's further up the tunnel. Where you are
Which
right
way?
now, if from where
There's
you are
two
right
ways.
now, it's to your right, coming out of the entrance.
Okay, she's gonna head up this way. Do I see the spider now? Like the dead spider.
Up in the carcass up there? Yep.
Is that a phase spider that is dead?
Roll for me nature.
I get advantage on it, right?
You would, yes.
And probably a lower DC too.
18.
On the you're basically rolling to check to see if the spider that's up top is a phase spider.
Yeah, the brutalized.
Yeah, the one that's being ripped apart is a phase spider.
Was being ripped apart.
Yeah.
Okay. So you look up, you see the you're looking at the spider, you're sort of trying to discern. You roll a natural 8, you roll an 18 with advantage. That's not a phase spider. That's just
dead.
That's dead up there.
That's a normal spider.
That's just a normal giant spider. By the way, right here in front of you,
Oh God.
it
Okay.
appears out of it appears out of nowhere and snaps at you, but misses.
Oh boy. Okay. Shit.
And
I would like
initiative.
mark it.
Okay. Well then.
Damn it.
4 for initiative.
9 for Riven.
14 for Oak.
14
Good
for
job.
Oak. Alright. So the surprise round for the spider is over. Where's the thingy for the loop? Hey, that works. It put Riven first because I want my players to be before their enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So
Well, it is Oak's turn.
yeah. Does Riven
I
let
mean,
out a
like-
yell?
Well, Riven sits there and goes, basically says, mark it. Quickly
Okay.
mark it.
Alright.
He just yells, "Mark it."
Yeah, whatever way to mark it so that way, when it goes invisible, might have a chance of finding it. I don't know.
Yeah. Alright. So Oak
Oh.
is going to step in, not worrying about the spider webs at this point. And he's going to step in, move up here where Riven is, or where closer to the spider itself. And then he is gonna guiding bolt. Because I feel like that might have some way of actually marking the thing.
Only until someone hits it.
Yeah. Rawr.
Which
Boop.
I'm going to be hitting it next.
Which is fine.
I do have advantage.
Ranged spell attack. That actually hit it? No, that does not. Okay.
Ooh.
Um,
Don't get
So Oak comes in, reaches out his hand to launch Guiding Bolt. And goes wide and misses, and the bright light sort of streaks right past the spider's face. It sort of as it goes by and just sort of breaks against the stonework of the wall over here. And
Okay.
Oak whispers to himself down that way, just, well, at least I didn't hit anybody else.
Mm.
Which no one can really hear, because he whispers it, but it's there.
Yeah.
Riven.
So, axes in hand, she's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the spider.
Wisdom check. Advantage on wisdom perception to find it, and the target
I
drops.
get to deal an extra 1d6 damage.
Yeah.
Whenever I hit it with weapon check.
Alright.
2. And I'm going to wacky whack.
Bah.
So, first one. 8.
8 misses.
Second one. 25.
That hits. There we go.
With 11 slashing and with 3 additional damage.
14 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, spider. The spider is going to make a bite attack at you.
Okay.
22.
It hits.
22 hits. Cool. First and foremost,
Con save.
normal damage from the bite itself. Boop. Or, wait. I need this. I need to roll this, and then this. There we go. Ooh.
Oh god.
Max damage on spider bite roar. Make a con save.
God. I will. Give me a moment to calculate. 20.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Cool. You can feel the pulsing, but just like, no.
Well, it pulses through you and it hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad. You take half damage.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna get-
Ow.
Oh. What did that do?
That's the poison damage that's
Oh.
halved. So 14.
Holy shit. We are demanding a raise when we are done here.
We're gonna definitely
15 is where your health
Bring
is
them dry.
now, right?
Yeah.
After the 14? Okay, yeah. And then, bonus action. Piff!
Shit.
Oh. Oh no.
Riven is just like, the spider appeared and stuff, and she whacked it, and then it attacked her, and now she's just like...
Okay. So, Locke is going to Vapor Lock, and I'm going to I am going to ready Dissonant Whispers and hold it until the spider reappears.
Okay.
So that's my turn. I am staying where I am. I'm still invisible, and that'll disappear when my spell goes off, I bet, so...
Mm-hmm.
We are
Okay.
amazed.
Oak is going to, see Riven doing very not so great. And he is going to hit her up with a Cure Wounds.
Oh god, okay. Wait, don't you have to touch me for cure wounds?
Cure Wounds touch? Let's see. First of all, also I'm casting it at level 2. Boop.
Yeah, it's a touch.
Yeah, it's
so you
range
have to be
touch,
next
so I have to get to you.
So I
But I
would
can't.
say probably right here.
Yeah, I can get it right here.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, so it's 2d8 plus whatever your spellcasting modifier is.
Mhm. Yep. 14.
I couldn't use not a nat 1.
Yeah, really.
Could you use 7, 7, and 6?
Yeah, really.
And Oak is... What? Well, you did say it could go invisible. Riven, are you okay? Riven.
Oh, better, but oh god, this is. We needed. Try opening. Just quickly open up those things. As she like kind of like the web thingy-mabobs.
What are you doing now?
These things. These things. Try opening them. Just quickly.
You're gonna go over to it and what are you gonna do? Like attack it?
Oh no, it's my turn, isn't it?
It is your turn, yes.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try to find it.
And
Mm-hmm.
okay, so
Because I
roll
hunter's
for.
market.
You did Hunter's Market. So
Perception.
roll for me perception.
17.
Okay. So you try to find it.
Mm-hmm.
When you sort of look around, you're trying to sense where this thing is, and you see the web over here in front of Oak, gently moving as if something is stepping on it. Below, right there.
Behind Oak?
Okay, behind Oak.
Yes, it is behind Oak.
Okay.
Okay, she takes a 5-foot step and she is in an action. Wait, it's a bonus action to use an ability.
Yeah, you would still get an attack.
Okay, she's gonna go in and attack it just once.
Okay. You get a disadvantage on the attack roll because it is invisible. You don't quite know where in the 5-foot space that it is, but you know that it's there.
13?
13 just hits it.
Oh, yes!
Oh, like, fuck. Okay.
11 damage. And wait, so this is the one that I hunter's mark, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I get another little damage. 15.
When I see her thwacking it, can I unleash my dissonant whispers because I know where it is now?
You could, except
But there's people blocking your view. There's
Dissonant
a thing.
whispers isn't a projectile though.
here's the thing though. You go to ready your dissonant whispers, and Riven smacks at it to make it visible again, and then you realize you don't have to dissonant whispers it, because Riven hits it, and it goes belly up, and just sort of scrunches up its legs. You hit just enough to kill it.
Oh god. It's like, you little bastard.
Alright.
Okay, let's open up these cocoons and get the hell out of here with just this one.
Okay. Locke's the dissonant whisper still
Again,
goes off. It doesn't
careful.
do anything. Yeah, Locke's just invisibility wears off because the dissonant whisper is still discharged.
Right.
Mhm.
Like he becomes just like he's like pale as a fucking rock on a nice ocean cliffside. Like fucking hell. And he's going to march up to this cocoon right here, kneel down in front of it, and mentally communicate with whatever's inside, and just like, hey, think the word jellyfish if you can understand me.
Don't get any response.
This
Just
is an
open it up.
And by the way,
You know
this
what?
one is not moving at all. But yes.
I poke it. Does it move at all?
Nope.
All right. If one of you wants to open it, go ahead. I don't think it's alive.
Yeah, Riven's going over to this one and just like carefully using her axe opens it up and like cuts away.
I'm gonna come down to this one.
It's not that hard, but roll for
Mhm.
me a strength roll to just sort of break through the web. I mean, you have an axe, so it's not going to be that difficult, but it is web, and those things are pretty solid.
Just a straight up strength.
Yeah, just strength.
12.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
So it takes you a little bit, but you're sort of just carving at it, and then you get it open, and the weight of being dispersed just a bit helps to sort of break it the rest of the way free, and you'll find yourself holding who leans against you. Though you're not sure if he is conscious or not, a dwarf. He just sort of falls against you, and since he is literally laying on you, you do get a sense that he is breathing, however very shallowly.
Alright. Just they're probably out. It's just she's gonna call for Oak.
Alright. Oak makes his way over to you.
Wake this
Oak.
one up.
Wake him up?
Yeah. Heal him. Something.
Okay. Yeah. And Oak makes use of healing word to give him some sort of health. Doesn't really make much difference at this point.
Well, the thing is I'm trying to get him to wake up.
Yeah. How much is healing word?
Because if he's unconscious, he's sitting at like
0,
1,
yeah.
maybe? 0?
Yeah. He's sitting somewhere near there.
Yeah.
So you
If
Oak's
he
like
can just
you,
get to 1, he'll be awake.
okay. So Oak is going to do healing word. Okay.
Okay.
Max heal on the random dwarf dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Riven's gonna cover his mouth. Shh. She's going to like
By the way-
shush him.
By the way, this dwarf's beard is very, very sticky because spiderwebs.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. She's just I'm gonna shush him and then point to the way we came and tell him, run.
Yeah.
She
He's
lets
like-
go of him.
He's almost coughing in your hand.
Well, that's happening. Locke it down here at this other one. Is it moving? This one moving?
That one doesn't seem to be moving much at all now.
Just open it.
Fine, I'll take out my sickle and start carving it open.
Roll strength.
I think I have a -2 on. That's a 15.
Oh, hey, you did better than me.
Probably because a sickle's a good finesse weapon.
Yep.
All right, so you just sort of
Good for chopping.
you just carve through the web, and once it's clean through, it doesn't actually fall on you. It falls to the side over here.
Okay.
And it is falls completely unconscious. And you see that this is another dwarf. And he is very, 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 very pale.
Mm.
Dead.
Roll
You-
medicine,
to
Locke.
check it.
Okay. 5.
He very much seems dead to you. Yep.
Locke's kind of gonna back away from that one. Like trying to keep his lunch in, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Okay, and the
Where the oak sort of looks between them.
what does the dwarf do
Oh,
after Riven lets go and tells him to run?
I imagine he ran.
yeah. I'm just going to
Just like keep a side tally of how many people run out.
Yeah, he runs. I'm just going to use the white token that I was using for the webs.
Okay.
All right. Locke is going to start working his way down here to try and get a better look down this tunnel, see if there are any more of these cocoons. I'm going to stealth it.
Raven's going over to this one and opening it up.
13 on stealth.
All right. Oak is going to go this way. Oak is going to take advantage on that strength check. Oak is helping you.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, 18. Slice.
So you and Oak get into it to rip it open, and once again, you are greeted with a very, very pale dwarf. This one female.
Gonna check the pulse.
Roll medicine. Which Oak will as well.
17.
Yeah, she's not alive. She dead.
Did we open the one up top?
No.
Okay, well, when you guys do that, I'm checking down the southern tunnel.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're going up here, and it looked like there's more for up here.
You're going down and you're searching the tunnel down that way?
Yeah, I'm
Really
just
wouldn't-
peeking around the corner here. What do I see?
You get more tunnel. Sort of ends up down this way. And then dead ends down this way.
No more cocoons?
Nope, you don't see any more. You can be still searching the tunnel. Roll investigation if you want.
Alright, I will. I have a +1 in that. 11 total.
Okay. Hidden. It's kind of hard to get to, or kind of hard to see, but very impossible to like get to. There are like little bitty stalks of ore and things that are still scattered on through this tunnel. They're just kind of encompassed a bit by the web, and not easily something that you can grab. But otherwise, this end of the tunnel doesn't seem to have anything of note.
Alright, I'll start heading back towards the others then.
Alrighty,
Everyone
Riven.
goes up to this cocoon.
Riven.
Oh, great. Yes.
You go up this way. Do me two things.
Okay.
One, this cocoon seems to be very different even from a distance as you come closer, because while the rest of them were moving either very, very slowly or not at all, this one is like writhing, like something is underneath it, very much moving. Roll for me nature. Like a nature check. And you would have advantage on this because it's a beast thing.
17.
Okay, yeah. This isn't a cocoon of food.
Is
This
this
could-
his nest?
This is very much an egg sac, a nest.
Oh.
No.
She's going to point at that and be like, light that on fire.
Locke
Opens.
kind of okay, we was like, oh yeah, we don't want that to stay alive.
No, that's the thing. She just points and says, light that on fire. Not giving any explanation of what it is, just light it on fire.
Context.
Just do it. Now, quickly.
Okay. Firebolt to light it ablaze.
You still have to technically roll a ranged attack. It's a stationary object, but you could still miss.
Yeah.
I get advantage on the attack, I imagine.
Yeah, and also, you shouldn't stand too close or else you would get a disadvantage for the range attack. There you
Alright,
go.
so about 10 feet away. Okay. I haven't properly formatted Firebolt in my things, so that's a 13. Wait, I need to roll it again because of the advantage, so...
You need to roll to see if you hit first. That's the damage.
Oh, right.
Isn't Firebolt a ranged spell attack? Okay, yeah, you're good.
22. And I need to roll that.
Yeah, you're fine. So, you launch Firebolt at it, and it just sets up a blaze. And
And
yeah,
Riven's just sitting there, just like if anything gets out of it, she's going to whack it.
Probably step on it.
Also,
would be better
what's
enough
over
to-
here since we're up here?
Yeah, I imagine
There-
it's just the tunnel cuts off.
yeah. The interesting thing to note about that way, it looks like there's less webs, and almost as if it could continue, like it was a part of the mine they were intending on moving deeper, but never got around to it. And Locke, roll for me perception.
Scheisse. That's a 14.
Okay, yeah. So as your firebolt launches into the other cocoon as you know it, you see tiny, tiny, tiny little spiders in amongst the debris of the web that are writhing and trying to move and getting and then they're gone. It's just
As soon as I realize this is like an exam, I'm just shit, and I'll just start spamming firebolt because it's a cantrip. Die, motherfuckers, die! No.
Locke, they're dead.
One more firebolt for the road.
Okay. Now then, since we saved one and we have that spider down there, do we want to take the spider and that other dwarf and leave, or do we want to go down there? And she points down that hallway.
I defer to the monster expert.
which would be Riven.
Yes, I didn't think I needed to say it.
Okay. Locke?
Yes?
No, I meant Oak.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, we don't really know if there's another spider in here. But I mean, who knows what we'd find down going that other side of that tunnel. There doesn't look to be a lot of webs that way.
I have enough juice in me left to do one more major spell. I could make myself invisible again and look.
No, don't. Just stay with us.
Alright.
Alright. If you maybe Riven goes and looks down that way and sees if she can find anything, and we just sort of stand guard up this way just in case something else tries to show
I
up.
would like if you, Oak, could just follow me, just maybe a few feet behind me, just in case if I do come across something.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Okay. So, shall we? Yeah,
Suppose we
she's
shall.
gonna start heading down this
Gradiriel.
way.
Locke will bring up the back.
Alright. There's less webs going down this way, sort of looking through the mines and the tunnels. Roll for me investigation, Riven. And Oak is going to help you look around so you get advantage.
15.
Dang. There is a little store of ore in here. And there, in that particular store, there seems to be just one, ruby, gemstone.
She picks it up and holds it up. Like how
It
big is
doesn't. It does not look tarnished or hurt at all. It looks pristine.
Ooh.
So how much? So
Almost
they did
as-
have something more than iron.
Almost as if it was cleaned not too long ago.
According to this, like looking it up, it would be worth around 5,000 gold, I think.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's just gonna take it and put it in a bag.
Considering what we just dealt with, I think that is fine compensation.
Oh no, we're gonna get more out of them. So what's over here? Is there a dead end?
It dead ends, but not in the same way that the path that Locke went did. That one actually looks as if
It was caved in?
no, it looks like it was. There was intent to go further, but they just hadn't yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of a jagged wall that they haven't finished hacking at yet. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Whereas the one down below looked like somebody had stopped, and there was like no workmanship of they were going to continue. This end looks like it's something that was meant to continue forward. It just hasn't yet.
Alright, well, I guess we'll head back then. Down this way.
Let's go check on that last living dwarf, make sure he's all right, and start heading back, I suppose.
And we see a similar pale body.
Oh, yeah.
One survivor.
Okay.
I'm going to head down to the face spider corpse, pull out my sickle, and cut off one of its big ass legs.
Like, how
Fair.
big is this thing?
I mean, it's big enough to fill 5 foot square.
Actually, it would have been bigger. I didn't look at that properly. It's a large creature.
Oh!
So this is what. So its leg is fucking giant.
It would have actually been closer to something like that.
Like what?
Oh, right. That. There we go.
Okay, so one of those legs is like as
She's
big
gonna
as me.
chop off a couple of legs.
Yeah. Like maybe we can give one of them to like an alchemist or something as like an ingredient, and another one to present to the prospector as proof that we killed the fucking spider. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Right, is Oak coming along?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, let's go find that last surviving dwarf and make sure he's okay.
Boop. Yeah, he's... Woo.
He's out. He ran.
He did what you told him to. He ran.
Yeah, good.
Um...
You can go facing through the wall.
And Locke has lost to pandemonium. Like poor fucking Grog. Oak lost his arm rescuing him.
Alright, so you make your way back
we get
out. The dwarf from before, he's like panting and trying to get his breath, and he's made his way out of the mine, and he's sort of waiting next to where the stores of gems and stuff was. He sees the three of you return. I'm just going to pop us back to the map.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're technically back outside. That way I don't have to worry about tokens. So you come back out. You join him. He sees that you have this huge freaking spider leg. Which all three of you have. Oak grabbed some too.
Okay.
And he sort of looks between the three of you and just okay. Thank you. There'd been no way I could have made it out of there.
How many of you guys were down there?
Total. Counting. We were actually a rather small crew. Counting prospector Lordrick, it was 5 of us total.
There's one missing.
One missing?
There were 3 cocoons.
3 cocoons with you guys in it. 1 egg. Nest. And then your prospector guy is in town.
He's back in Ukiegi. So someone is missing. Either eaten already or managed to slip away.
Roll nature, Riven.
Advantage or normal?
Advantage. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Nope.
So I
I'll
think they
give
would
it-
still be a cocoon, but just like a really like shriveled up.
I'll give nature to Oak. He's not proficient in it, but meh. Okay.
4.
Yeah,
4.
we don't
That's-
know.
If only Perez were here, that's his unlucky number.
You want to roll nature, Locke?
Just do it.
Sure, fuck it, why not? I get a +1.
Haha!
13.
There we
That's
go.
something.
Alright, Locke. I'm going to send you a Discord chat.
Uh-oh.
There's something that you remember from one of your books. It's just been a long time ago. You're not entirely sure if it's accurate.
Locke is going to become distinctly pale.
Oh, this is great that Locke figured this out.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Why?
Oh. Hold on. I'm going to take a minute to let my stomach settle.
Riven's just staring at him, waiting.
Do you remember the exact... Yeah, I think that was our missing dwarf.
What was?
Giant spiders like to lay eggs in their last meals are in living things.
Ew.
Yeah. I'm going to take out my water skin and just start chugging. Like,
So we killed a dwarf.
I mean, he was already dead. Like after a minute, Locke finishes his dousing water. So, if nothing else, we can take some comfort in the fact that even though his corpse was defiled by spider eggs, he was cremated. Okay.
Who's missing? Who did you... This is the dwarf that you'd saved. Just describe for me who you found before. And for what
there
it's
was one
worth...
that was a woman.
That was one that was a woman, yes. And there
Okay.
was another one that...
For what it's worth, to add to that, the pale one that you had found that was male had a scar down his right eye. I just didn't mention that before.
Yeah, Locke was the one who found the woman, so...
No.
Oh,
Locke
Riven was the
found-
one that found the woman.
Oh.
You found the male.
okay. So I was like, the one I found had a scar over his right eye.
Okay.
I don't think it really matters. Pretty much at this point, you and the prospector are the only survivors.
Yeah. Okay. Do you three mind if I travel with you to go back to Yukiyagi?
Probably
fine.
safe. Probably safer, yeah.
Okay. Just
Okay. Shall we?
Yeah.
my name's Gilgrick, by the way.
Locke. Nice to meet
Riven.
you.
Oak. Okay. And the group begins to make their trek back to Yukiyagi
Yep.
after a very fun encounter with a phase spider.
Riven's just gonna sit there and be like, your boss owes us. Well, no, owes me a lot.
Gilgrick sort of sighs and
5
that doesn't surprise me. I'll make sure you get it.
Almost died over 5 cool. She's just like grumbling. She's really not happy.
Yeah.
So do we rest?
Probably
Yep.
going up to camp on the way.
Yep. You
Back
will be
up to
making
full
camp, making your way back. And I'm just going to, for sake of thing, just
We get there just fine.
yeah, you get there just fine. There's nothing following you, no issues of any sort. Make your way back to Yukiegi.
Yay!
A little bit more worse for wear
Great.
than you were when you went after a badger, but yes.
Yeah, Riven's just gonna go storming into the tavern.
I'm gonna do so as well, deliberately mussing up my hair a little bit, just.
All right. Gilgrick follows along. And so does Oak. Everyone makes their way
Just
back
says, like,
inside.
Riven goes and like kicks open the door and stands there. What does she see inside the tavern?
All right. You walk inside the tavern. You find Yongerlin, who's a little bit better than she was when you left.
It's been 2 days.
Well, yeah, it's been like 3 days.
She's sobered up a bit, and she doesn't seem to have had any other drinks currently. And your guys are down this way. Boop.
And I'm standing in the doorway. Really mad. She had time to sit there and like brew on this.
Yeah, we all did.
All right.
There's, like,
So
fuming over
you see Lordrick, the prospector from before. He's at the corner of the tavern where you left before.
I will
Gilgrick.
pass I will pass Riven one of the giant spider legs that we can just like so she can like throw all 3 of them down at his feet at once.
No, she's gonna like she'll take it. Is Oak gonna give her the other leg?
What are you up to?
Please slap him with the spider legs if he gives us shit.
No. I'm gonna give him his prize.
Oh god. Why am I suddenly nervous about this?
The barkeep, or the female barkeep from before, she sort of looks at Riven with a raised eyebrow and goes, "Don't mess up my bar, please."
This is the thing, she just like kicks open the door, sees him, takes the additional spider legs if they hand it to her and stuff, and she's just gonna go storming up to him. And she's just going to sit there, hold up the legs, and throw them at him.
like what they did of hitting him with them?
It doesn't matter if they hit him or not, just throwing them at him. So
Also, you're not like hitting them with them as if they were clubs. You're just throwing them at them.
yeah,
Okay.
because she's not. So what is it? Just straight up dex roll?
Probably
Sure.
strength, I would imagine.
No,
strength.
Strength is using melee.
Yeah,
fair
you're
enough.
ranged.
What?
Yeah, roll ranged.
20.
Oh.
All right. So you just toss them at them, and
Oh,
one
not
of
tossing. She's actually literally like overhand throwing.
oh wow, okay.
So that's basically
But-
like
She's just
3
like-
so that's, I'm guessing that's like the equivalent of 3 unarmed strikes at once there. So like,
So it's 3 damage.
Yeah. You toss
Just
it-
be
you-
like, I almost died to this thing.
You toss him at him, and one
Hey,
beams him right in the head, and he like falls out of the chair, and he.
I almost died. Pay up.
there better be a really hefty bonus for that.
Here's your proof. We saved one of your miners. She points back towards the dwarf.
Lordrick, sir, they deserve it. They saved me, almost died. Apparently. Sir, I don't think that's the best.
Should I roll intimidation? 'Cause she's mad.
Sure. Roll it with advantage.
Yeah, because like we're all fucking helping you here.
15.
Yeah. All right.
What is that? Elf for what? Money?
Here.
Kind of a more
He
slang term for money, but yes.
he reaches into his bag and he pulls out and sets on the table in front of, like on the bar, in front of all of you, like next to one of the legs that ended up rolling and landing on the bar. And it is a fist-sized bag, like a coin purse almost, filled with precious gems. Whether or not any of them are tarnished in any great standings, but yes.
We would have to go get them praise.
Yes. And though the prospector here would be a good person to get them appraised, no.
No.
I don't trust this penny pincher as far as I can throw him, and as I have a -2 on my strength.
That's not very far.
What is Youngerly doing? She sat there and watched.
She's just watching. She's just eyeing you from the bar, very much like you guys were eyeing their conversation the other day.
It's just like we just threw spider legs at him.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
gonna
just
look
watching.
at her and say, like, I'm gonna mentally say to her, we killed a giant fucking spider and it was terrifying.
She like does a double take. Like, the fuck? What? And
Hi, yes, I'm a telepath. Hello. I just kind of wave at her and then go back to being intimidating.
She actually gives you a smile. And she just watches. She continues to watch. But she's got a very, very, like, at present grin on her face.
Okay, Riven is going to like take the bag and hand it to Oak, and just be like, "Hold on to this."
Yeah. Okay.
So, a bag of gems, worth unknown amount.
But yeah, we don't know yet. I'll definitely have to do some mathing to figure out exactly how much that's worth. But yes.
I mean, the ruby's already worth 5,000 gold, so.
Well, maybe it's up to the DM.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, just that as a standard. I checked the D&D 5e, the typical
Yeah, it's
value for a ruby.
Well, that's also a ruby of, standards. I can play around with that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, just like as a baseline, just that general ballpark.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to look into...
It's somewhere in the 4 digits, probably.
Yeah. I'll have to look into your... into some mathing and figuring out what all you have here. But you have quite a bit. Just, we'll say that. Riven is officially as rich as Sam's other character.
Oh, maybe. She just doesn't notice. She's just like, "Oh, this is good looking. I'm keeping."
All right.
So, with that, Riven sits there and picks up like a spider leg and kind of like makes motions of just like shaking it at him and be like, "Ah, don't be so cheap." And then just like goes out and goes towards the library.
Locke is going to the library too. Like, okay.
Gilgrick actually stopped you as you're leaving. I just wanted to say again, thank you for helping us back there. And I know that Lordrick, he didn't really sit right by you to treat you the way that he did. And I want to make another request of you. It's something that you can do once you have felt like have done what you need to here. You can do it whenever you're ready. But after something like that, and without any solid team, or really anyone, yeah, maybe Lordrick, but he doesn't really fight. I would appreciate a escort back home. I have a family to get back to. I want to get back to them. It doesn't have to be anytime soon, but
No.
Where's your home?
Yeah, what town is it?
Or mountain
I
town?
need. Give me just a moment. Have fun with this name, Brian.
Oh boy. Caracul.
Caracul, yeah. That's how I was pronouncing it, but wasn't sure.
It's not the worst name I've ever seen. The spelling's kind of fucked, but
We seriously need to go buy a proper map with all the named villages.
I can get you one of those, actually. My if you're willing to come along, the
can we see the world map so we can see where it is in relation to where we are?
yeah, he does actually mark
that's
it on.
the thing,
He does actually
mark
mark
it
it on the map that you guys have.
Is it
Caracul
Dwarven City?
is over here.
Oh, okay.
Which town? I'm trying to find. Ah, it's that one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and which town was it that would be like the place to go to try and find like good mages or whatnot? Which would I assume it would be like a big city would be a place to go.
If you want like a big mage town,
Like whatever the biggest city around is, where one could, in theory, find good mages.
good
like
mages would be your
practicing-
home. Good mages would be your hometown, the Open City, Sevenora.
Yeah. Yeah,
However,
except fuck that place. Anywhere else.
However, the other best place to find mages in other places would be pretty much the town that is the place to be, Caverton, the capital,
All right.
down here.
I assume you'll be staying at the inn for a while.
Yeah, I definitely need to get some rest.
Okay.
The
But-
rest of us, we can talk about it on the way to where we're going, and get back to you on that once we sort of figure out what we're doing.
Yes, I would appreciate it.
Okay. So, to the library, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You make your way up to the library. And immediately upon going into the library...
Hallis.
Yes, running up to Riven.
Riven, I bet.
Yep. He
Vernon
jumped...
just sits down, and it's just like, okay, just come here. He's just sitting there, just petting and loving on him. Just like,
Yeah, we've been gone a few days. How's the library looking now?
Oh yeah, the library is looking well on to, being almost, like grand opening material at this point. She's really close to, in a way that she can feel comfortable enough to start selling books to those around Yukiegi. You see, she's got a lot of the books that you remember from her library are scattered all throughout. Since this library is much smaller than the one back home, she doesn't have a restricted section or anything like that, like she did back home. But other than that, she's, well on her way to being ready to start up.
Is she like in the entrance area?
is there like a home part of this book?
I imagine there's like a spot that's like a living
Like-
space.
Upstairs or so?
There is a that's actually the part that she's sort of starting to work onto as you guys are coming in. She's got the like library downstairs is sort of set. Upstairs is all kinds of shambles, and she was focusing on getting the library to looking good first.
Did you notice we come in?
Yeah, she saw you through the window of the upstairs room. And she most certainly heard Hollis, who was downstairs.
Yeah, and probably noticed that we look just fucked up and that Riven's carrying a giant spider leg.
Yeah.
She kept one of them.
She sort of raises an eyebrow and looks as she comes back down the stairs. She comes down the stairs, looks at you, and says, "Oh, well, all right then."
We got fucked up.
Spiders.
Giant spiders that can turn invisible.
Phase.
Yes, yeah,
Spiders.
those things. Hi.
Ah,
I don't want to
terrible.
say I'm home, but I'm back.
Did the spider hurt you? Any of you?
Riven is probably the only one that raises her hand.
Yeah, she was the only one that
And
got
she's
bit.
just laying there with the puppy on top of her, just like, eh.
It didn't hurt me, but it scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
It almost killed me.
Yep. Anyways.
Okay. I want to point out. I do want to let you know, because your mother's, as you said, Locke, infinite wealth of knowledge of random stupid.
Yeah, just random trivia. Just a lot of trivia in her head.
I like that. Random stupid.
Just a lot of trivia.
Yes. She comes to closer to Riven and she says, "Well, considering it was a phase spider, and not some like giant tarantula or other terrible thing, you can take a small comfort in knowing that with a..." She sort of looks over to Oak. "You appear to be a cleric, yes?" He sort of tilts his head at her and goes, "Yeah. Cleric? Why?" She pats Riven's shoulder. "With a good cleric by your side, a face powder's no problem at all."
We noticed.
A
Riven
fa-
almost killed
a-
her all by herself.
You didn't feel the poison.
I know.
It was horrible.
I know. But I do want to let you know, just so that you're...
Mom, please. Please. We killed it already. We get it.